So today we'll be looking at validity of research tool. Yesterday we completed what are the different methods of collection of data. Today we'll look at how you can assess the validity of a research tool and what is the validity of a research tool. We'll look at the reliability of a research tool, and finally we'll look at pilot study. So with that we'll have completed this chapter. Now first of all, coming to validity of research tool. See, this essentially refers to whether or not the research tool that you are using, let us suppose you use a scale or you use whatever method you are using to collect data, whether it is appropriate or not, whether or not it is testing the actual parameter that it needs to test. For example, let us suppose there is a temperature measuring instrument, एक thermometer है, ठीक है. It will not be considered a valid instrument or it will not be considered a valid tool if it is measuring attributes other than temperature. ठीक है. अगर एक थर्मामीटर को आप टेम्परेचर मेजरिंग स्केल बोल रहे हैं, इफ द थर्मामीटर इज टर्म्ड एज अ टेम्परेचर मेजरिंग टूल and it measures anything other than temperature, then the validity of that research tool will be very low. It is not exactly valid. ठीक है. It needs to measure what it was supposed to measure. All right. So it is very important whenever you make a instrument, let's suppose you are developing a new scale for your research or you are using a previous scale, you make sure it is valid in your scenario. Okay. Now there are different types of validities. So we'll discuss some of them. First of all, we have face validity. Okay. In all of these measures, in all of these methods, you are essentially measuring how well that tool or the instrument is valid in your scenario. Okay. The instrument or tool might be valid as such, but it might not work in your scenario, in your research as such. तो आपको वो देखना पड़ता कि आपकी research में whether or not this instrument or tool that you are using for data collection or for whatever purpose you're using it, it is valid here or not. ठीक है. Face validity is essentially it will involve overall look of the instrument, okay, regarding the appropriateness of measure, especially measuring a particular attribute or phenomena. तो यहाँ पर see, while assessing a particular aspect, the validity of that research instrument, आप जैसा क्या कर रहे हैं, खाली face value ले रहे हैं इसमें, face validity में. For example, let us suppose there is a Likert scale, which is designed to measure attitude of nurses towards patients who have HIV and AIDS. ठीक है. Let us suppose there is a Likert scale that has been designed. ठीक है, एक Likert scale paper पे design कर रहे हैं आप, and in that you are trying to measure what is the attitude of nurses towards patients who are admitted with HIV and all, HIV and AIDS. ठीक है. In this, the researcher may judge the face value of that instrument by its appearance itself. ठीक है. What are the questions involved? वो पूरे में they will not go into the content of it. ज़्यादा details में नहीं डालते, but just by the face value, you if you are an experienced researcher, you will be able to gauge. Even though it is not completely scientifically appropriate and all of that, face validity is used sometimes. ठीक है. It will not give you appropriate or complete answers. It will not tell you how appropriate or how complete that research instrument is, but it will just give you a face value. So that is face validity. Then we have content validity. This is more important and more reliable kind of thing. यहाँ पर see, it is concerned with how much coverage or the scope of coverage of the content area. ठीक है, that is to be measured. For example, let us suppose the same scenario में nurses के attitude towards HIV patients and all, are they uh, are they treating them differently? Is there any extra care that they are taking, or is it the same as always? Are they being more harsh, or is there any difference in their attitude towards HIV or AIDS patients? ये कैसा मालूम होता आपको? Are taking the instrument and you are reading the questions present in that instrument. So for example, in this scenario, the instrument that you are using for research, let us suppose you as a researcher are thinking I want to measure the attitude of nurses towards HIV patients. तो मैं क्या करता हूँ, एक nursing instrument, एक tool develop करता हूँ, a small piece of paper. On that I will write a few questions, ठीक है, pertaining to the nurses, and I'll give that question paper, I'll ask those questions to the patients or to the HIV patients, and I will get the response. अब यहाँ पर what I am trying to measure is whether or not this instrument or this tool can measure the scenario appropriately, whether or not it can measure what I am looking for appropriately. तो मैं यहाँ पर क्या कर रहा हूँ, जनरली कॉम्प्लेक्स साइकोलॉजिकल टेस्ट लोगों के ऊपर करने के लिए यहाँ पर कंटेंट वैलिडिटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रहती है. यू आर जजिंग द कंटेंट वायबिलिटी. Now this may be very subjective. Okay, it is based on previous research, it is based on expert opinion, it is based on adequacy, appropriateness, completeness, कितने चीज़ा cover कर रहे हैं आप. ठीक है, because attitude of a nurse or attitude itself, any psychological parameter like this can be very variable. So you will try to make sure that this instrument that you are using covers as many possible areas with respect to that attitude as possible. ठीक है, आप हर एक सिनारियो लेते. So let's suppose pre-admittance कैसा था attitude, during their visit in the hospital how was the nurse's attitude, how was the care that was being given, how was the while giving the drugs, how was their attitude towards the patient, so on and so forth. आप बहुत सारे questions उसमें डाल रहे. And in this, while you are reading the content, you will be able to gauge whether or not all the facets of attitude, of all the facets of the nursing attitude towards the patient are covered or not. ठीक है, whether this piece of paper will be able to represent how well the attitude of a nurse is towards the patient, and whether or not that patient can understand the questions properly or not. That is content validity. ठीक है, then we have criterion validity. Criterion validity में जो है यहाँ पर this is essentially a relationship between measurement of instrument that is being used and some external criteria. For example, let us suppose there is a tool that has been developed to measure professionalism among nurses. ठीक है, and to assess the criterion validity nurses were, let's suppose what you are doing is the criteria is huh, let's suppose the criteria is how well, how many papers, research papers these nurses are publishing per year, and how many conferences they are attending. तो आप क्या कर रहे हैं, एक टूल डेवलप कर रहे हैं, यू आर डेवलपिंग अ क्वेश्चनर और सम टूल to measure the professionalism of nurses, and the criterion on which you are developing this tool, or the criteria on which you are basing the validity of this tool, is how many papers those nurses have published and how many conferences they have attended. ठीक है, later on what you can do is you can perform a you can calculate a correlation coefficient to assess the criterion validity. ठीक है, whether or not that criteria, जो criteria आप ले रहे हैं, in this scenario the criteria you are taking is the number of conferences they are attending and the number of papers they are publishing, whether or not it is correlating with their professionalism. इसका मतलब ये है, in this tool you are correlating, let's suppose there is a nurse who is publishing 2 papers, 2 international papers per year, and they are attending 5 conferences in a year, and there is another nurse who is only publishing 1 paper per year and not attending any conferences altogether. Let us suppose ऐसा scenario है. ठीक है, तो you want to find out whether or not ये जो मैं क्राइटेरिया लगा रहा हूँ कि to find out whether this nurse is professional or not, I'm just measuring the number of conferences they are attending and the papers they are publishing, whether it is valid or not, ये correlate होता है या not. ठीक है, because it can be possible that the nurse is, let's suppose it's an emergency, she is an emergency ward nurse. ठीक है, she might not have enough time to herself where she is able to perform research for, you know, publishing a research paper or to publish any paper altogether, or she might not be getting any leaves altogether to go and attend a conference, even if it is an official leave नहीं मिल रही. ठीक है, generally conferences वो attend करने के लिए professionals को they will be technically they'll be on duty. ठीक है, they will not get they will not be marked on leave. Essentially you are representing the organization in the conference. So for example, let us suppose let's suppose there's a nursing conference, and let's suppose nursing conference, any conference, educational conference hai, and I am going to that conference as a representative of Holy Mary. ठीक है, तो मेरी अटेंडेंस में होली मेरी एब्सेंट जैसा मार्क नहीं करते. Okay, I will not be marked absent in the attendance for that day. But what I'll have to do is I'll have to, generally depends on again the organization itself. Some organizations what they will do is they will ask you to come to that or college. So for example, अपना जैसा होली मेरी है, they will ask me to come to that college, sign in the attendance register in the morning, go to the conference, attend the conference, while coming back, come back to the college, sign, then go back home. In some scenarios, if they are lenient enough, what they will tell is, we will mark for you, just go to the conference and come and present a proof that you have been to the conference. So for example, अगर कुछ participation certificate है, या if they are presenting any paper, etc etc, जो भी है, you can prove that and you will get the attendance, you will be on duty. ठीक है? तो whether or not that criteria जो है, आप वो क्राइटेरिया को कोरिलेट कर सकते हैं, नहीं कर सकते, आप वो कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं इन दिस सिनेरियो, क्राइटेरियन ऑफ वैलिडिटी में. द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट इट कैन बी ट्रिकी टू फाइंड अ रिलायबल क्राइटेरिया. ठीक है, जो एक्सटर्नल क्राइटेरिया रहता, एज आई टोल्ड यू, इट माइट बी ट्रिकी. अब it it does not exactly, let us suppose there is a professional nurse, very professional nurse, who is very experienced as well, but she has not published any papers yet. She might have gone to a few conferences, but she has not published any papers yet. Does not mean that she's not professional. It is that she has not gotten the time, or she's not interested in uh, you know publishing papers. So that does not mean that they are not professional or they are unprofessional. तो ये जो कोरिलेटिंग क्राइटेरिया है, वो थोड़ा ट्रिकी रहता है. जो एक्सटर्नल क्राइटेरिया आप यूज कर रहे हैं वैलिडिटी के लिए, वो थोड़ा ट्रिकी रहता. so that is criteria on validity. Based on what criteria are you creating the validity? ठीक है? Then there is lastly construct validity. construct validity में see, in this what you are doing is, for example, let us suppose the nurse may have designed an instrument. Okay, you are a nurse, and let's suppose you are performing research, and they might have maybe made up a instrument, for example, to assess depression or any other psychological problem in patients. ठीक है? यहाँ पर आप क्या कर रहे हैं? The key criterion to assess the quality of the study, to आप क्या कर रहे हैं? यहाँ पर एक स्केल को कंस्ट्रक्ट कर रहे हैं ना, तो whether or not the constructed scale is valid, तो what is that instrument measuring? First of all, अब दो बहुत important questions पूछना पड़ता to measure the validity of that new questionnaire. First of all, the instrument, what is it measuring? ठीक है, is it valid or not? जो measure कर रहे हैं वो correctly measure कर रहे हैं, और is that information valid with respect to that patient? For example, let's suppose, अब मैं एक let us suppose I make a tool in order to measure cardiological health of a patient. ठीक है, to measure cardiovascular health of a patient. Let us suppose I am a researcher who is trying to measure cardiovascular health of a patient, and for that I am creating a tool that will measure blood pressure. It will measure what do you call, atherosclerosis, the degree of atherosclerosis a patient has, their ejection volume or ejection fraction, and let us suppose I also measure their foot pain. ठीक है? Or rather than foot pain, let me not foot pain. What can be a non amputation? Let us suppose whether another criteria that I am putting is amputation, whether or not they are an amputee, meaning they have a amputated limb, uh, hand or leg, whatever. So in this scenario, जो मैं measure कर रहा हूँ, I am trying to measure cardiovascular ability. ठीक है? And in this tool, let us suppose that tool includes whether or not the patient is obese, atherosclerosis है नहीं है, BP कैसा है. Along with that, if I try to measure whether or not the patient is amputee, this will break my validity, because it does not matter यहाँ पर whether the patient is amputated or not. यहाँ पर matter नहीं करता, because you are specifically trying to measure the cardiovascular ability of the patient. In this scenario, that instrument tool's validity will decrease. See, यहाँ पर आप specifically CVS measure कर रहे हैं patient का, तो it does not matter whether or not they are amputated. ठीक है? तो first of all, what is it that you are really measuring? वो बहुत important रहता. And does it adequately measure the abstract concept of interest? जो भी आपका concept of interest है. In this scenario, the concept of interest is health of their cardiovascular system. How well their cardiovascular system is working. उसको क्या बोलते कैलकुलेट करने के लिए, या उसको मेजर करने के लिए, देयर let's suppose you also add in a stress test. So stress test is essentially you are measuring how well the patient is doing under stress. The physical stress test रहता बहुत common रहता, where you ask the patient to walk on a treadmill or jog on a treadmill, and you measure their ECG. ठीक है, you measure their how well their heart is performing or how well their CVS is performing. That is one sort of stress test. There are several sort of stress tests. वो एक common stress test रहता, वो भी use कर रहे हैं समझो आप. Now that is a direct that is directly correlated with you know CVS health. But if you are using something very vague, for example, अगर आप as I told you amputation level measure कर रहे हैं, या फिर the kind of car they drive, so these are very non valid questions. तो आप जो construct कर रहे हैं, whether or not it is valid, that will be shown in this type of validity. Construct validity में आप जो tool construct कर रहे हैं उसमें हर एक aspect, is it exactly measuring what you are looking for, that you are trying to make sure. ठीक है, यहाँ पर आप एक टूल क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, वो टूल में आप जो जो देख रहे हैं रिसर्च में, व्हाट यू आर लुकिंग फॉर इन दैट रिसर्च, वो पूरे आंसर्स, वो पूरे क्वेश्चंस को आंसर कर रहा नहीं कर रहा, या इररेलेवेंट क्वेश्चंस को क्रिएट कर रहा नहीं कर रहा, दैट यू आर ट्राइंग टू मेजर essentially whether or not it is valid in that scenario. I hope you got the logic here. So those are the four types of validities. Coming to reliability of a research tool. Reliability of a research tool essentially pertains to the consistency of that tool, meaning whether or not the results that you get from that tool are reproducible or not. For example, let us suppose I have a sphygmomanometer, or I have a measuring tool that will measure blood pressure. Okay? Let us suppose there is a new tool that came into the market that is measuring blood pressure of patients. Okay? Now let's suppose there is a patient named Ramu. अब रामू का मैं ब्लड प्रेशर, लेट सपोज आई चेक इट एट 10 AM, the blood pressure was 120 by 80. And let us suppose without changing any criteria, I just make Ramu sit there as is. I do not tell them to do anything, just stay natural. Maybe I give them a book to read or something like that. And at 10:15 or 10:30 AM, I measure it again. Let us suppose this time the blood pressure comes out as 160 by 90 or 160 by 100. ठीक है, एंड थोड़ी देर बाद फिर मैं मेजर करा, let us suppose I'm measuring at 11 AM. This time it is coming as 90 by 80. In this scenario, you can tell that the research tool is not reliable because it is not producing reproducible results. Thoda fluctuation hua, that is understood. But if it is not able to give consistent results, if it is not able to create reproducible results, then that instrument is not reliable. All right. If an instrument needs to be if an instrument has to be reliable, only when instrument can be categorized as reliable only when it is producing reproducible results. So for example, even if I यहाँ पर मैं कोई change नहीं कर रहा हूँ रामू में, I'm only asking that fellow to sit. ठीक है, I'm not introducing any stress, I'm not giving them anything to eat, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. But यहाँ पर great fluctuations हो रहे blood pressure में. ठीक है, same person, similar time zone, and similar time interval and similar time of the day as well. Okay, early in the morning, not early but in the morning essentially. So it should not vary this much. By that logic I can tell that this BP measuring tool is faulty, it is not reliable. Okay, I cannot use it. For on the other hand, if I use something like a sphygmomanometer, let's suppose अगर sphygmomanometer में भी problem है, कभी एक रीडिंग दे रहा बाद में कोई और रीडिंग दे रहा, that also means that it is unreliable. So reliability of measure research tools is very important. So whatever tool you use, here I give an example of BP measuring tool. For example, I made a questionnaire, and that questionnaire is answering quality of life of individuals. Okay, what is the quality of life of cancer patients, let's suppose. Okay, and I take two patients who have stage 4 cancer, same type of cancer, स्टेज 4 कैंसर. ठीक है, लेट अस सपोज एक पर्सन की क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ एक्सेलेंट आ रही एंड एक पर्सन की हॉरिबल आ रही. even though you know that they are not in a very different scenario, even if let's suppose they are in a hospital, just to differentiate from uh, external factors, like let's suppose अगर घर पे है तो maybe उन लोगों को अलग अलग treatment मिल रहा होगा, but वैसा नहीं है. Let us suppose both the patients are admitted in the hospital एंड दोनों भी स्टेज 4 कैंसर पेशेंट्स है, सेम कैंसर पेशेंट है. तो यहाँ पर एक का क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ एक्सेलेंट आ रहा है, एक का क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ हॉरिबल आ रहा. इट मीन्स दैट योर इंस्ट्रूमेंट और द टूल दैट यू आर यूजिंग टू क्वेश्चन इज रॉन्ग. ठीक है, क्योंकि इतना वेरिएंस नहीं आ सकता, क्योंकि एसेंशियली एक ही जगह पे है. अगर घर में है अलग अलग, इफ अनकंट्रोल्ड एनवायरनमेंट में है वेयर दे आर फेसिंग अ लॉट ऑफ दिस थिंग, देन बट अगेन देयर इज बायस एज वेल, बिकॉज इन दिस सिनारियो क्या हो सकता, इंडिविजुअल परसेप्शन कैन बी डिफरेंट एज वेल. सो सम पर्सन स्टेज फॉर कैंसर के साथ भी कैन बी चियरी, some people with stage 4 cancer can be completely depressed as well, so that will also influence, but in general huge variations should not come. ठीक है, तो वैसा है. तो क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ में एक पैरामीटर रखा था, वट एवर पैरामीटर, लेट सपोज देयर ब्रीदेबिलिटी, या फिर व्हाट डू कॉल देयर हंगर, वो भी आप मेजर कर सकते. लेट सपोज दो स्टेज 4 कैंसर पेशेंट्स है, एक का हंगर बहुत अच्छा आ रहा, दूसरे का हंगर बहुत बेकार आ रहा. ठीक है, तो इन दैट सिनारियो विदाउट एनी एक्सटर्नल मेजर, ठीक है, essentially you know that the patients have similar hunger, but by using that tool or the instrument, let us suppose you are going to the ward nurse or the head nurse of that ward and you are asking ये दो patients है, इन लोगों की hunger similar है या खाते ही नहीं या क्या है, and the nurse might be telling you that they have similar appetites, let us suppose, and through the measuring tool you found out that they are having completely opposite appetites. It means that your tool is faulty. ठीक है, तो reliability of research tool is very important before you perform a study altogether. ये पूरा आप pilot study में clear कर लेते हैं, which is our next topic. Pilot study. Now pilot study, the term itself has two different meanings, or it can be used in two different ways. One is obviously wherein you are doing a small trial. ठीक है, let us suppose you take a small population of patients, small scale version of your experiment, essentially that is called a pilot study. Another way of interpreting pilot study is, let us suppose you have a specific research instrument, okay, and before performing a full blown experiment you want to test that research instrument. Testing research tool. अब जैसा मैं बोला था, आपके पास एक मेजरिंग स्केल है या मेजरिंग टूल है विच इज मेजरिंग ब्लड प्रेशर. लेट सपोज before performing it on many people, let us suppose your sample size for your main study is 500 people. Okay, you want to measure blood pressure of 500 people, or you want to measure blood pressure in 5 different hospitals, let's suppose a lot of patients, 2 to 3,000 patients. तो आप रिप्रोड्यूसिबल रिजल्ट्स मिल रहे नहीं मिल रहे, वो मालूम करने के लिए व्हाट यू कैन डू इज यू कैन टेक अ स्मॉल पॉपुलेशन, एक हॉस्पिटल के एक छोटे सबसेक्शन, लेट्स सपोज यू आर टेकिंग वन वार्ड of one hospital, general ward of one hospital, and you are trying to see whether or not this tool is measuring properly. Let's suppose you take a sphygmomanometer along with you. आप एक sphygmomanometer से measure कर रहे हैं, फिर ये आपके नए tool से measure कर रहे हैं, and you are trying to find out what is the difference. ठीक है, तो आपको पता चल जाता. Essentially you are performing a small experiment, that is a pilot study. There are a lot of advantages to performing a pilot study. Essentially before finalizing anything, आप pilot study कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, क्योंकि you will be able to assess the feasibility and practicability of your research study, whether or not it is practicable. You can assess availability of subjects. You are thinking that you will find subjects, but on ground you might not find as many subjects. The particular criteria that you are looking for, let's suppose you are looking for patients who have schizophrenia, and up theoretically you thought that I will take a sample size of 200. Okay, but practically when you go to a, let's suppose, psychiatric hospital, or you go to any center that treats psychiatric patients, not just a psychiatric hospital, you might find that there are very few patients of schizophrenia and you might not be able to reach that number of 200. तो वो मालूम करने के लिए आप पहले स्टडी कर सकते हैं पहले, to establish validity and reliability of your research tool, to estimate the actual time and potential problems that you might face during a large scale study, to refine your methodology. Whatever methodology you thought it might work, you are thinking that it will work in theory. जो आप एक चार्ट आउट कर दिए उसमें आप सोच रहे हैं कि okay, your methodology should work, whatever methods that you are using to collect data, to analyze data, वो पूरा काम करना चाहिए. But when you actually perform it, it might not be working. तो वो मालूम करने के लिए to convince funding bodies, very very important, to convince funding body that your research team is knowledgeable and competent. Okay, because whoever is funding you, they should know that they are putting their money constructively. Okay, or convincing them that the study itself is worth funding, that the study will have real world application. Okay, it will make a difference. And trying to convince other institutes or stakeholders that the main study is worth supporting. Okay, because there's a lot of background tasks that go behind performing a research study, especially at an organization level. So for example, let's suppose some of you are working for a hospital. Let us suppose Ankita and Gracie are working for a hospital, same hospital, and they want to perform a research on XYZ condition. Okay. Ab, if they want to perform that research, they'll have to approach their hospital and convince them that the research that they are doing is worth performing. Okay. Whether or not that you know hospital will benefit from it, and whether or not the community in general will benefit from it, it is worth doing or not, वो पूरा कन्विंसिंग करना पड़ता. तो आप पायलट स्टडी करके जो रिजल्ट्स आते पायलट स्टडी से, वो रिजल्ट्स दिखा के इट कैन बी कन्विंसिंग मटेरियल फॉर यू. इट कैन बी एविडेंस फॉर यू, सी इट वर्कड इन द पायलट स्टडी, इट विल वर्क इन दिस थिंग एज वेल, और देयर इज अ गुड चांस इट विल वर्क, बोल के आप ऐसा आप एविडेंस दे सकते हैं. The problems with pilot study is that sometimes researchers may make inaccurate prediction. Okay, you might think that something will happen even after the pilot study, after performing the pilot study. Let us suppose you are making some assumptions about the population, about some assumptions about the results that you are getting. You are thinking that you will get based on the pilot study, but when you perform the actual study, okay, you might not get the result. This is specifically because the data that you are getting from the pilot study, you are not estimating the sample size properly, or you are not analyzing the data properly. There might be contamination is a big concern. Now contamination does not exactly mean कि जो आपके samples है, जो आपके participants है, वो लोग contaminate हो जा रहे हैं bacteria and all से. It means that you are including people from pilot study into your main study as well. वो नहीं करना चाहिए आप. ठीक है, pilot participants should never be included into main study, because this new data that you are collecting is more refined. The pilot study that you performed was a trial and error. ठीक है, in the trial and error you were trying to refine your own method of research itself. ठीक है, आपका जो methodology है, आपका analyzing method है, आपका जो sample size है, वो पूरा refine कर रहे थे आप. So the study that you perform on pilot participants and the study you perform on the main participants will be very different. ठीक है, contamination is when you start including data from the pilot study and you start including pilot participants into your main results and into your main study. That is contamination. Generally they should not be included. Okay, so those can be problems. Sometimes the main study generally is not conducted in the same place. ठीक है, कभी कभी अलग हॉस्पिटल में भी कर सकते हैं. तो that can be a problem, because आप pilot study कर रहे थे एक हॉस्पिटल में and you got a certain result. Let us suppose you are doing the main study in some other hospital and you might end up with a completely different result in that matter. वैसा भी हो सकता. So those are some pros and cons of the pilot study. And with that, we have completed the topic of data collection, the chapter of data collection. You have only one small topic left. I'll finish that. We'll see. छोटा ही है, computation, tabulation, वो पूरा analysis of data कैसे करते हैं. ठीक है.